Girl, shit's fucked.
Is that what we're talking about? The Real Housewives of Alberta.
And Minnesota, don't you know?
We just can't shut the F up.
Oh,
Hello, hello.
how are you doing, Holly?
I'm okay.
It's so good. Good. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
How's the chat? Do we have people watching?
Yeah, actually, Troy for Revolution mentioned he got a notification that we were going live.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Well-
do they not send them out?
Well, it depends on the stream because there's a few streams that I follow that I get the notification like 2 days later. And for this I get the notification like a day later. So
That's
it's really
rude.
cool to see that Troy is a big fan.
Troy for Revolution. Hey, KJV Michael. And welcome, Troy. Nice to see you. Well, we got a good stream. I mean, we should probably give it a minute because it looks like we need to give it a minute, Holly.
Yeah, we can give it a
People
minute.
to come in, get in.
I can tell you about one of my favorite Christmas presents that I got.
It's the Horsecock 6000.
Okay, my second favorite Christmas present that I got that I'm allowed to show on stream.
Okay, fine.
I got a new blankie.
That's nice.
It's like one of those mink.
Holly, you got a blanket and a pot.
I did. I did.
Holly's not aging at all.
I'm so aging and I'm embracing everything. I crochet, I knit, I have chickens in my yard.
Well, that's okay.
Mhm.
No, you're doing good. Well, that's a nice, very nice blanket.
It's gorgeous and it's so nice and soft. So I'm very pleased. I'm very happy. I got a new streaming blanket.
Perfect. That's good. How was your New Year's Eve?
Well, I had to work early in the morning the next day, so I went to bed at 9. I called everybody between like 8 or 9 to say Happy New Year, and then I went to bed. Lame, I know.
Rude. Didn't get a call. But that's okay. I know.
I figured you were busy. I called my 3 kids and my mom.
I was busy. My New Year's was okay. I mean,
No?
my New Year's was okay. Like, it was nice. It turned out nice. I think it gets intense, I think.
Did you go out?
Well, we went out for dinner, and then it worked out afterwards. It was fine after. It's like, I don't know. I feel like it's hard.
Well,
Like, new relationships and all
Yeah.
that stuff are fucking difficult.
Well,
But a lot of people
we're
went
not
out.
big partiers.
Hmm?
We're not big partiers.
I was that night. Actually, I have a video. I'm never going to show anybody. I don't even know what it is. It's a video. I was very clearly drunk. I was not fully dressed. I've made a video. I obviously made it for myself for later. I refuse to even watch it. I have no idea what I'm saying.
Okay,
I look
so
like I look
send
emotional.
it to me. Send it to your friend
no,
Holly.
No way. No
I'm gonna
way.
watch it and
31
then I'll let you
seconds
know.
long. I have no idea what I was saying.
I
I don't even want to know. It terrifies me.
Please. I want to
Holly,
know.
one day maybe, but no, because it could be all. I don't know what I did. I do that. I get drunk and emotional on New Year's Eve. Usually I call the kids because that's fucking great. Like right at midnight crying. I miss you. And they're like, okay, mom, goodbye. But yeah. But there was a lot of people in Calgary went out, and I want to show you this video. It's just disgusting. You got to see Calgary on New Year's Eve. It's the most Calgary New Year's Eve party.
Is this Calgary, Alberta?
Yeah.
So is it a bunch of cowboys and horses?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Here we go. Super Alberta fucking
Cool.
New Year's Eve, right?
Cool.
Oh, yeah, we do. Scotty Survival, how are you doing? Nice to see you. And KJ, we said hi to you. I don't know if you saw that, but anyways, hope everybody else's New Year's Eve was good. Calgary is India. Yeah, now it is. It is. It literally it is. It's shocking.
It shocks me because I don't go into the city very often, but when I do, it seems like it's more and more. I don't know if I'm noticing.
No, it is. It is.
more.
And it's bad. My doctor's office is in the Northeast because when I moved back to Calgary after my little stint out of the city,
In the crazy place.
I I wasn't in the crazy place. I mean, the place was crazy, but Holly. Anyways, yeah, when I moved back, I got a doctor's office in that Northeast. Big fucking mistake. It is. I was the only white person there, and I shit you not, I think they were actually skipping my name because it was like walk-in. They're skipping my name, and only Jeets were going in before me because these Jeets came in all long time after me. And it wasn't until there was no more in the reading room that they called me.
Yeah. Racism.
Fucking, and it smelled. Yeah. Good evening, Siska. Happy New Year. Good evening, Oily Film. Happy New Year. So we got a good stream tonight, I think. I'm focused, so that's fucking the change.
Yeah, welcome to 2026. So on the first day, what happened?
Oh, the water fucking main broke. The water main broke in Calgary. And the real Alberta Housewives want you all to remember, please, go back in time. Remember, we did a stream about this. Sorry, I got to pause that. We did a stream about it because it was very clear that they were bringing in. Okay, shut up. Holly, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, sorry. An old StreamYard open. I just panicked.
Oh.
Anyways, the water main broke on 16th Avenue again. Same place as the broke in the summer. And guys, we told you they're trying to put water restrictions and bring in this new World Economic Forum's 2030 plan for what's it called? Would it be under climate or water conservation, resource conservation?
Yeah, but I think it's under the blue and the green part of the world donut that they're trying to push on us.
Bullshit donut. So we will have new water guaranteed. We're going to have stricter water meters. We're going to have stricter water regulations. We're going to have stricter everything, because every time the government brings shit in, oh, cat got your tongue. Come on. I can't read that right now. Every time the government implements something, to help us, it's always just about control. So, but I'll let you guys hear the mayor of Calgary tell you. This is Jeremy Farkas. He's our gay white mayor.
We are now living in a new reality of water conservation.
The city has lifted boil water advisories following that water main break. Advisories had been in place for close to 3,000 people in Parkdale, Montgomery, Point McKay, and parts of West Hillhurst since December 30th. The city says testing has confirmed the water in those communities is now safe. But even though the advisories have been lifted, the city says Calgarians must continue to conserve water so demand doesn't outstrip supply.
I owe Calgarians clear, honest information about where we are and what lies ahead. And if our water use continues on the current trend unsustainably, there is potential loss of life considerations as our emergency services might be compromised, fire response, as these reservoirs are drawn down, it significantly impacts services. So we're calling on Calgarians urgently to continue to step up, shorter showers, delay laundry until absolutely necessary, only flush when necessary. We can rise to this moment, but we are going to need absolutely every Calgarian working together to be able to address this.
Fuck you, make me. I'm not doing it. I will brush my teeth longer. You know what? I will.
Yep. Brush your teeth.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. They're fucking lying to us. Why isn't Jody Glondek being held accountable, or the city manager who didn't fix the fucking water main in the first place? It's always up to the citizens.
Nenshi.
Up to us.
that
Yeah.
was the mayor of Calgary for 10 years. Like a
God, big
decade
fat asshole.
of his big purple ass. Yeah, like just constantly pushing the agenda and everyone going, yay, we're so inclusive now. Woo, Muslim mayor. And everyone was super excited about it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, whatever. And then you started to watch Calgary collapse. And I think the first thing that I noticed was the lack of snow plowing in the winter. They changed something, but then each year the taxes kept going up and up and up and up, and we got less and less and less. Now
Did
we
you
know.
know that they don't ice the Queenie anymore? They just put sand down?
Well, okay, so
Really?
the QE2 used to be under the purview of the
Province?
what's it called? Province.
Yeah.
So that was considered a part of the province's responsibility. That's why those signs used to be on there that it was like government of Alberta, blah, blah, blah. Well, during Gondek's reign, the province, like she went to the province and said, we don't want you to maintain this road anymore. We want to do it. Give us
What a
money.
cunt.
Give us
God,
money,
she's so
please.
bad.
So the government of Alberta said, sure, here you go. Here's the budget that we usually spend on maintaining that portion
Yeah.
of the highway. Go at it. And the second that happened, it went to shit.
Yeah, it's been
started
that's where the crashes are happening. I didn't know that. I had a friend tell me that.
Yep.
So that was interesting. Really quick, KJV Michael's sustainable goals. Yeah. I'm not doing it. You guys, I just don't get it. Cat Got Your Tongue says that this is happening. Sorry, where'd you go? It's happening everywhere. These water main busts. It happened, remember in that summer? It happened all of a sudden everywhere was having water main breaks.
Yep.
So yeah. So it's really, I don't know.
Well,
I don't believe this. I believe that because it's all digitalized, right? Like the pressure, everything. So somebody's monitoring things supposedly. And I don't think that this is just 2 times in a row. You saw that giant pipe they brought in, and they brought it in from fucking the farthest place they could have brought it in, and they fixed it. I just don't. I'm not buying what you're selling, and maybe I would if I didn't know about the communist mayors. Yeah, you're right, KJV Michael. If they've done this without the sustainable goals and the World Economic Forum, I believe it may be.
It's a long game collapse, right? So basically, 30 years ago, 10 years ago even, to halt any sort of structural maintenance or anything like that, they know that the collapse is inevitable. So it happens naturally. And it's like, oh no, this is so weird that this happened. Aging infrastructure, last mayor's fault, or it's Danielle Smith's fault for whatever reason. And people just accept it, that that's just a part of life now, is just our infrastructure is going to start failing due to the avoidance of maintaining it. And I believe it was intentional.
Yeah, me too. So they're gonna have to fucking deal with it. Also, thank you. My hair does look red. Thank you.
It does look really nice.
This is the last time I'm gonna dye it red. Way too much maintenance. Like you have no idea. Because it's just like a semi-permanent. This one supposedly is more expensive and supposed to last longer. However, I find it to be bullshit because I washed it today and it was real murky water. So it is. It's just like, because it comes out so fast. I'm not gonna dye my hair every 3 weeks. Anyways, underground natural gas lines are going to everything. We're in trouble, but whatever. The people that want to be dumb about the water rations and like act like heroes, let them, because I just don't care anymore. I don't give a shit. I'm not doing it.
Well, did you notice Farkas is compromised because he used all the phrases?
Yeah, of course he is. He would never have gotten in if he wasn't compromised.
No. And that's the thing, right? Like, I remember when Farkas first ran, and I actually really liked his platform. And I liked the fact that he was the only one on council that stood up to Nenshi when he was just a councillor. And he ran, and of course, he had such a groundswell of support. But then there was somebody else who was placed, in my opinion.
Of course. Oh, come on. Her dad was
Well-
part of the Sikh World Organization. Of course she was placed.
She was 1,000,000% placed, in our opinion. And so then she ran it for a year and failed miserably. I think she was the patsy while he went off to be reprogrammed to basically be told, if you want to be mayor, you're going to have to say the phrase.
Yeah.
And he disappeared for a while and did that hike.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, he did like the Great West Trail or something like that through the mountains, all the way down to South America and then back. Maybe he did that. I don't know. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he went to a re-education camp or a certain hospital in Montreal where they MK Ultra to him, and he came back, and he's one of them. He got taken to the room.
Oh, God.
So yeah,
I don't like it.
He comes back, and he's just yet another one of them. And people who, like myself, liked him back then voted for him again this time. They did it perfectly. Like the powers that be know how to manipulate us so well.
Well, that's what we're going to get talking about, Holly, is the manipulation. I'm totally over it. And it's so funny because I go on Twitter and I go on X, I guess that's the same. I go on Facebook and I go on Telegram and TikTok. And it's interesting because the difference in information that you're getting, it's like night and day. And then I'm like, okay, so what is the agenda? What is the real goal? And I try to sift through the bullshit. And I have to go back because, like, sometimes I'll see a video and I'll be like, that's fucked up. But then, Holly, I remember this. I'm sure you remember it. I'm sure most of the people watching remember this. It was in 1990. It was regarding the Iraq War. Okay, 1990. This woman, she testified before the United States congressional hearing on Human Rights Caucus. Sorry. Okay. She's a 15-year-old girl from Kuwait. Real emotional testimony.
Right.
So you're going to watch her testimony, but it did turn out, Holly, and this really swayed public opinion. I think I remember even hearing about it. And I know that if I did hear about it, I would have been like, oh my God, that's so awful. They got to stop the evil people, because her testimony was really upsetting, and it swayed her testimony alone swayed public opinion pro fucking war of Iraq. And anyways, it turned out that she was
a big fat liar.
Not just a big fat liar. No. Her and her father were members of the House of Sabbath, the ruling family of Kuwait. Her dad's name was Saad Nasir Al Said, whatever, the Kuwait ambassador to the United States. They gave her a fucking script. She read it. She was never there. This never happened. She ended up having to admit. They literally put I don't know, it blows my mind. So when I hear anything, I'm like, lies. I don't fucking believe you. But let's listen to her testimony, because it is. I don't know that the war would necessarily would have gone through then.
She did a good job.
And they didn't have public support. So I'm just going to click play to this. I'm so organized today, guys. A little bit.
We're more organized than usual.
Yeah, I got my white screen all full. All right. Here we go. We should play.
Also using an assumed name. And again, we ask our friends in the media to respect the need for her to protect her family. And we finally call on Naira to testify.
Naira.
Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, my name is Naira, and I just came out of Kuwait.
Lies.
My mother and I were in Kuwait on August 2nd for a peaceful summer holiday. My older sister had a baby on July 29th, and we wanted to spend some time in Kuwait with her. I only pray that none of my 10th grade classmates had a summer vacation like I did. I may have wished sometime that I could be an adult.
She's so good, though.
Yeah, but fucking evil.
What I saw happen to the children of Kuwait and to my country has changed my life forever. It has changed the life of all Kuwaitis, young and old. We are children no more. My sister, with my 5-day-old nephew, traveled across the desert to safety. There was no milk available for the baby in Kuwait.
Wasn't she breastfeeding?
They barely escaped when their car was stuck in the desert sand, and help came from Saudi Arabia. I stayed behind and wanted to do something for my country. The second week after an invasion, I volunteered at the Al-Adan hospital with 12 other women who wanted to help as well. I was the youngest volunteer. The other women were from 20 to 30 years old. While I was there, I saw the Iraqi soldiers come into the hospital with guns. They took the babies out of the incubators,
This is from the 90s.
took the incubators, and left the children to die on the cold floor.
What a sick, twisted lie.
I could not help but think of my nephew,
She's so fucking
who, if
good.
born premature, might have died that day as well. After I left the hospital, some of my friends and I distributed flyers condemning the Iraqi invasion until we were warned we might be killed if the Iraqis saw us. The Iraqis have destroyed everything in Kuwait. They stripped the supermarkets of food, the pharmacies of medicine, the factories of medical supplies, ransacked their houses, and tortured neighbors and friends. I saw and talked to a friend of mine after his torture and released by the Iraqis. He is 22, but he looked as though he could have been an old man. The Iraqis dunked his head into a swimming pool until he almost drowned. They pulled out his fingernails and applied electric shock to sensitive private parts of his body. He was lucky to survive. If an Iraqi soldier was found dead in a neighborhood, they burned to the ground all the houses in the general vicinity and would not let firefighters come until only ash and rubble was left. The Iraqis were making fun of President Bush and verbally and physically abusing my family and me on our way out of Kuwait.
Making fun
We
of
only
Bush.
did so because life in Kuwait became unbearable. They have forced us to hide, burn, or destroy everything identifying our country and our government. I want to emphasize that Kuwait is our mother and the Emir our father. We repeated this on the roofs of our houses in Kuwait until the Iraqis began shooting at us. And we shall repeat it again. I'm glad I'm 15, old enough to remember Kuwait before Saddam Hussein destroyed it, and young enough to rebuild it. Thank you.
Mayor, thank you. And let me thank all of our witnesses.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
We've past 8 years in the existence of the Congressional Human Rights Caucus. We've had scores of hearings about human rights abuses throughout the world. And I know my co-chairman, Tom Lantos, will join me in telling you that we have never heard in all this time, in all circumstances, a record of inhumanity and brutality and sadism as the ones that the witnesses have given us today. I don't know how the people of the civilized countries of this world can fail to do everything within their power to remove this scourge from the face of our earth. And the witnesses, by providing to us eyewitness accounts and reports detailing the conduct of the Iraqi soldiers under the command of Saddam Hussein, have done a great service to their country and to ours and to all countries of the world who must join together and take whatever action may be necessary to free the people of Kuwait from this aggression and brutality.
Okay, see, he could eat a giant dick, okay? Because what a fucker. And what a fucker they all are. Manipulating the masses like that's disgusting. Not okay. So I'm like, I couldn't help it. I've been laying there thinking about it like every night since the war started. And I'm like reading the different forms of propaganda on every different platform. And I'm like, what's real, what's not, what's whatever. To the point where I've tuned out. Holly, you know what I'm like. Like when Trump got shot immediately, I was like, bullshit. This is where I'm at. So I did decide to like, well, I'm going to look into some more areas of the bullshit. Can you hear me? Rocky, Holly's muted.
Sorry, I'm muted. When Charlie got shot,
Mhm.
the first thing you said is like, not real, bullshit.
I just
like-
don't believe anything
Like,
anymore
well, dude's
at all.
dead. But who knows? Who knows if he's actually gone?
Who knows if any of it's like we don't know anything. And we've got such advancements now with technology. And I remember clearly, I remember from Kiev, and I was going to look it up, but I got a little distracted in other areas of the stream tonight. But there were videos going around of Kiev apparently being bombed. Okay, and people, who are you waving at?
I'm waving at Agrio. Oh my god.
I didn't even mean to test you. It's okay.
Color Banus 6209. New Year's happy already. Abso-fucking-lutely.
But yeah, so I did, welcome to the stream. So I did get there was videos, and there was people in Kiev videotaping from the places that were apparently bombed. They're like, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. So I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Like, I kind of believe them. They were holding up newspapers with the date, like, and those videos, of course, were taken down right away. I'm sure they're still out there somewhere. But what we saw videos of you bombing. So like, what is this? You're terrible. I thought it though. I did think it when I read
didn't think it. I must
Holly,
be.
she's getting old. She got her blanket in her pot. Okay.
I got my blanket, my pot.
So anyways, so I thought about it. I'm like, okay, well, we don't know what they could fucking lie forever. So I wanted to, you know what? I do want to show you something else really quick. Or I need to find the link. So just 1 second. I'm just going to show you. I got a few of these. These are hilarious. They're going all over the internet. I mean, I know that some people are going to be sensitive to it. I don't care. It's so funny to me. So while I play this, I'm going to go find that link. Okay, so it's so funny because she is grieving like
It's
weird.
weird.
I'll show you one more just because it's so fun.
It's
so
weird.
weird. Look at this one.
They say there are 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance.
So here's this clip from Joe Rogan's show. This is a 10-year-old clip. It's important. It all matters because at the end of the day, before we start judging all this stuff and we decide that we're experts on anything, we need to look at the propaganda machine, and we need to look at how long this has been going on, that we've been fucking lied to and tricked.
Forever.
So, right? Like, it's so gross, so dirty. Yeah, I don't. It's like being in a relationship with a cheater all the time. That's what it feels like to me. All right, let's share. Okay, kids, here we go. And play.
Oh, the nuclear videos. Nuclear bombs are fake, by the way.
Let's just watch.
basically. So there were three parts to the conspiracy theory. So one is they had the production facility right there, right where all these musicians showed up. Two is the musicians, like a very large percentage of these young musicians, were sons and daughters of senior U.S. military and intelligence officials, including Jim Morrison, whose father was the head of naval operations for the Vietnam War at the time. And there were these other, I forget which ones, but there were these other musicians at the time where their parents were like senior in like military, like psychological operations, and like that's all real, like that's all documented. And then third is the head of the Rand Corporation, who was one of the inspirations for the Dr. Strangelove character in the movie. So he was the guy doing all the nuclear planning for nuclear war. He lived right in the heart of the hippies in Laurel Canyon. Wow. in this famous house that's still there. And so the theory basically goes that the anti-war movement before the hippies was basically a square movement. It was all these basically young people, very clean cut. The men were all wearing, if you look at old like Vietnam War protests, like everybody's all like dressed up like they're going to a business meeting. It was developing into a real threat. And so the theory is the hippie movement and rock and roll and the drug culture of the 60s was developed in order to basically sabotage the anti-war movement.
Wow.
Right. And which basically is what happened, right? Because then what happened is the anti-war movement became associated with the hippies, and that caused Americans to decide what side they were on, and then that led to Nixon being elected twice.
Which was also a part of chaos, because that was the idea behind the Manson family and funneling acid to them. The facility was equipped with a soundstage, screening rooms, film storage vaults, and naturally a bomb shelter. During its 22 years of operation, Lookout Mountain Laboratory produced approximately 6,500 classified films for the Department of Defense and the Atomic Energy Commission, documenting nuclear test series such as Operation Greenhouse, Operation Teapot, and Operation Buster Jangle.
So one of the conspiracy theories. Okay, here's another conspiracy theory. You've seen all the grainy footage of nuclear test blasts that you've with the mushroom clouds, and there are always these grainy things, and there's all these like little houses lined up and these little trees lined up, and they blows everything down. Well, there's always been a conspiracy theory that those were all basically fabricated at this facility, that those bombs actually were never detonated, and that basically the U.S. military was basically faking these bomb tests to freak out the Russians, to make us think that we had weapons. We had basically a potency to our nuclear weapon arsenal that we actually didn't have at the time.
How did they fake it?
They just did. Yeah, exactly.
So this is it.
Well, so there's okay, so here's the question, right? So what happened? Okay, so this is great. Okay, you'll love this. So what happened to the camera?
Well, in the car in the background. Watch the background. There's a car there now.
You son of a bitch.
How is that happening yet the camera is like totally stable and fine?
Oh my god.
And by the way, in the film is fine. The radiation didn't cause any damage to the film.
Oh my god.
This looks like how you shoot.
By the way, okay, we'll do this one. We'll do the loop one more time here. Let's see the car.
The car in the house just showed up.
Okay,
just showed up.
So wait a minute. First of all,
wasn't there.
First of all, where'd the car come from?
No car.
The second is, does it really look like
car?
Does that look like a real car?
That's insane.
And look at the and look at when the house blows. Look at the wood. Does that look like those are full size giant lumber beams as they go flying? Yeah. Is that a house, or is that like is that a 12-inch scale model?
What?
Right. So like
the fucking car.
Anyway, I don't know. Like I have no idea. Having said that, if that was fake, it was faked at Lookout Mountain.
Wow.
Right, at the exact same place and time.
But did they have the kind of special effects to do something like that in the 40s?
Well, so the full conspiracy theory is it was Stanley Kubrick, which again I have no idea.
Boy, that does look fake.
There's also the camera didn't move at all either.
You know what it looks like? Go back to that real quick. It looks like the smoke is too big. Watch when it hits. Like the volume, like the size of it, it looks small.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, it looks like we're looking at something that's like a few inches tall.
Well, so if you watch like making of Star Wars, any of the any movies before CGI, whenever they do anything like that, it's always with these tiny models.
Yes,
and they just basically what they do is they slow it down and then they add sound.
Yeah, this looks fake as shit.
Right.
The clouds just don't look realistic.
Right.
Like it looks like they're too big and they move too quickly back and forth.
Let's get another one. It's like, okay, what the camera's fine.
That's hilarious.
Oh, there's a good. Yeah, here we go. Okay, there maybe the camera got okay, but even still, the camera got knocked over and not destroyed.
Is there a like some sort of a response to that? Have they come with some sort of an explanation?
Not that I know of.
That seems so vague.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, who can tell?
Does that make you wonder about other things?
Well, I mean, it's like in our time, right? It's like how much stuff do you read in the news where you're like, okay, I know that's not true.
Right.
And then you're like, okay, everything I read in the history books, like I was told it was true.
Don't forget who writes the history
It
books.
was definitely that
owns
one
the
though was
history books.
really weirdly compelling.
There's another video of them setting up these houses, which I mean, I guess you could make after the fact and say this is fake, but this is here them setting it up.
Yeah, you just do the
real size houses.
Do the sleight of hand.
Huh?
I don't know.
You do know. It's bullshit.
Why would you assume it's not true? The camera alone, like this alone, like where is the fucking
I'll look
camera?
up what
Where's
they said
that
about
camera?
the camera, because they have to have an explanation. Someone must have asked them at some point,
Or nobody asked.
maybe.
Yeah, it might be one of those. Wow, look what they did. We know the Soviets did it too.
Yeah.
Yuri Gagarin, when he was in that capsule in space, you can clear if you see the actual capsule and then you see the film footage that was supposedly of him in the capsule. There's like two different sources of light. There's shadows. The camera somehow or another is in front of him. This big ass camera. There's no room in the thing. Like they filmed it afterwards, and it looks fake. Like, oh, I'm sure he really did go into space, but that wasn't it. That was some weird propaganda.
Okay, so you guys get the point. So there's
Fuel for thought.
What?
It's fuel for thought. And I just wanted to mention here, we love the Kino boys.
Even when they make fun of us, we still love them.
When they make fun of us, we laugh. It's hilarious.
Sometimes. No, I'm just joking. We do laugh.
Well, okay, sometimes it kind of stings a little bit, but then we laugh after because we're, normal and well adjusted mostly.
You can actually shield cameras behind lead glass and fixate them.
So it just gives us something to think about, right? Like
that was supposed to be a nuclear bomb. Come on, the camera didn't even. It's a nuclear bomb.
Yeah. So my
why
question:
don't we build our houses out of lead glass then?
With people that are kind of on the cusp of nukes ain't real. My question is, why were they able to start rebuilding in Japan, in Nagasaki and Hiroshima right away?
Yeah.
Now, the explanation to me that's been made when I asked that question, like, how were they able to start rebuilding right away? How were they able to start doing what they're supposed to do? Because when in the 80s, when I was in school, we learned all about nuclear winter and nuclear ash fallout, and the snow the next year is going to be full of radiation. And the worst part about the nuclear bomb is going to be the radiation death that's going to come after the nuclear bomb. So that's what I learned as a kid.
Right.
That it's not the actual bomb that's terrifying. Right. It's the fallout afterwards.
Right.
Well, then you look at Nagasaki and Hiroshima. They cleaned up and started building right away. No one was dying of weird cancers or dying of radiation poisoning. But we see all that propaganda of all the people that were burned and hurt. Now, why? That's my question. Why were they able to start rebuilding and everything when I was taught it was all nuclear fallout and it was going to be a dead zone for at least 100 years after a bomb
I don't
hit?
know. I don't know.
So just a question. Just asking questions.
Don't ask questions, Holly. Jesus Christ. Follow the script. Get scared. Be scared. Everybody's dying. Wars everywhere. Okay, so fine. Okay, so we've got that. Now we've got this short clip. This one pisses me off because I'm sure that there are a lot of men actually watching. I say men because I didn't watch. I couldn't watch it, but maybe you did because you're kind of a psycho. But a lot of those beheading videos we saw when they were trying to push the Afghan war.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Documents obtained by the.
You can find the documents. I found the documents. I honestly just didn't link it, but you can look this up yourself. This did happen.
Documents obtained by the Bureau of Investigative Journalism have uncovered covert propaganda missions carried out by the Pentagon following the invasion of Iraq. It details some $500 million US paid to a British PR firm to create fake insurgent videos and other materials. Manila Chan has this story tonight.
The invasion of Iraq was highly profitable, at least for one media and public relations company who assisted the Pentagon by creating mock insurgency videos. The British advertising firm Bell Pottinger helped the DoD for years in PSYOPs campaigns. Documents obtained by the Bureau of Investigative Journalism show that in 2006, Bell received $120 million from the Pentagon for their initial services, and later received over $500 million for their video and production and editing services from 2007 to 2011. Martin Wells worked at Bell Pottinger.
So they do that. So, right. So like we you're going to get a bunch of bullshit. Then we've already got the people in Venezuela are cheering for Trump. And then we've got people in Venezuela are fucking cheering for him to release this president. Everybody's lying. Nobody's telling the truth. So at this point, I honestly just am like, whatever. Do you guys do? I don't even give a shit anymore.
So we're going to move into Venezuela?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Soon, Holly.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, just soon, Holly. I've got one more thing to present. This is old again. A lot of this, because this stuff is so old, I think that they didn't really think that any of the stuff needed to necessarily be wiped. But the more recent stuff, I noticed, like the Kiev bombings that were debunked, things like that, they have been wiped. But
they found the ghost of Kiev, though.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it was Samuel Heidenstein.
Oh, fuck! I forgot about that.
Yes, Samuelski Heidenstein.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that. I'm talking about like they were saying no, like there was videos of like helicopters bombing, videos of bombing Kiev and placed like cities, and then people in these cities are like, this is not happening.
The video game footage that was being pushed around too.
Yeah,
that was my favorite part.
I didn't like it. I do feel bad. Like I don't like seeing people. Obviously, I don't like the idea of watching someone get murdered.
No,
but that's what they're going to continue to do this shit, right? Desensitize us and make us freaked out. But check this terror. I mean, the 90s, honestly, what a time to be alive. I wish I was a little older. I wish I was older because it would have been funnier. But yeah, so there's this. We won't watch it all, but CNN's fake live Iraq war coverage from fake Saudi bunker. The birth of fake news. Fake news is nothing new at CNN. The crazy schemes the cable network pulls today as news pale in comparison to its antics in the 1990s when it took fake mainstream news by storm. The following CNN clips are pure theater and bad theater, as CNN pretends they are embedded in covering the first Iraq war from Saudi Arabia. CNN faker Charles Jacko is in rare form. Is Jacko the godfather of fake news? You be the judge. It's actually quite funny, so here we go. We won't watch it all.
Now, again, as we said, we're not sure what caused
just soundstage.
We emphasize possibly have been a ground impact of a Scud. It could have been a ground impact of a Patriot, or it could have been the result of debris falling between the two of them. We just don't know right now, but we do know that at least 2 Scud missiles incoming were fired at Riyadh, and according to the Saudi military, they were both shot down. Charles Jaco, CNN, reporting live from Saudi Arabia.
From a blue screen.
The trees don't even look real. They look plastic.
It was almost exactly 2 hours ago when the sirens went off here in Saudi Arabia. Where we are in eastern Saudi Arabia, there was no problem. However, there was an intercept elsewhere near the capital city, Riyadh. We've got some videotape of that you can take a look at right now. Hi, Atlanta. We're about to have a short course in missile identification.
This is funny.
This is
look
a
at this.
Scud. You can tell it by its distinctive label. Now, when the missile is launched, the first thing you look for is the plume sticking out behind it. Now, when you detect this, you can tell it's been launched.
Is that fucking real?
Thank you.
I don't think so.
Yeah, show me graffiti.
Larry King show or bust.
Holly, it looks like paper towel.
Look at this.
Look at
this. Look at this shit. Look at
believe that. Let me say hi.
the top 10 things about Saudi Arabia. Maybe we could shorten the list to 5.
Oh God, Geopolitics by Dan Quayle.
Oh, and this is the behind the scenes stuff?
Yeah. Anyways, well, you get the point, guys.
Un journaliste américain. Woof. Woof.
Okay, so we've been fucked with forever, and they'll continue to fuck with us.
Well, okay, go back even further when the Holodomor was happening and the Ukrainians, ethnic Russians in Ukraine, whatever it was called back then, were being starved out. And a Pulitzer Prize was awarded to the journalist that reported on it, saying that there was no Holodomor happening. No one's starving over there. It's perfectly fine. Right? No,
I'm sorry.
I'm just asking questions. We're just
No, I'm not. Listen, they didn't go to the moon.
So
they didn't go to the moon. Look at the fucking shoe prints even. They didn't go to the moon.
Yeah, Anus 6209. The question you need to ask yourself is how, number one, human beings were able to cross the Van Allen belt. Number two, how they were able to cross the Van Allen belt back with the footage that was on film back then. And number three, how did they make the phone call to the president on a landline with no delay? Just that.
There's no rational way you can actually believe it. I'm sorry, and if you want to believe it, I mean, good luck. I don't know.
Yeah, we're not here to tell you what to believe,
but we can't believe it anymore.
And
I
yes,
didn't watch Max Headroom.
Yes.
What?
I remember Max Headroom.
Of course, Holly. How old? What is it?
Because I'm like 912 years old. I remember it all. I actually remember that article about the Holodomor.
Sorry, Holly, the Holodomor you were talking. Sorry. I did it. Fucking number 11. I did not follow my list. I apologize, Holly.
That's okay.
Continue on.
That's okay. You didn't play the dictator parody clip.
Oh, that was supposed to be.
That's supposed to be like right at the beginning, and we're 46
you know what?
minutes
We'll
in.
just play this right now, and we'll move into the information that you've gathered about Venezuela. Because I was just getting to the point where I was like, fuck, you're all liars.
Anti-dictators. Imagine if America was a dictatorship. You could let 1% of the people have all the nation's wealth. You could help your rich friends get richer by cutting their taxes and bailing them out when they gamble and lose. You could ignore the needs of the poor for healthcare and education. Your media would appear free, but would secretly be controlled by one person and his family. You could wiretap phones. You could torture foreign prisoners. You could have rigged elections. You could lie about why you go to war. You could fill your prisons with one particular racial group, and no one would complain. You could use the media to scare the people into supporting policies that are against their interests. I know this is hard for you Americans to imagine, but please try. Why are you?
Important topic, the premier of Greenland and the.
Sorry, but I saw that and I was like, holy fuck.
That's really funny.
So true. So true. So we got a war, Holly's, right?
We got a war. So this is a really good question. What you should really ask yourselves is if yourselves exist or if you're just tied to a battery hallucinating to run a show. Are we in the pod, aka the Matrix, with little plugs in our brains and we're just imagining all of this and our bodies being harvested for its energy?
No, because if I was, I'd be getting this shit every day in real life.
Oh, baby, when you talk like that, you make a woman go mad. So be wise and keep on reading the signs of my body.
Sorry, I just felt the need to introduce Johnny.
Oh, yeah.
He's our show mascot.
He's our show mascot.
So,
Scott, I haven't answered any questions.
I just answered how they got the flags on the moon.
I asked questions. How did they get the flags on the moon?
Because it wasn't the motherfucking moon, guys.
Are there flags on the moon? Did they get them there? Have you photographed them personally, or you've been told that they were photographed?
You know what we're gonna do? You know what, Siska, I love you. You love Johnny. Me and you are we're one, the same. Okay. No, anus. You literally have the word anus in your name. You don't get to come in here and try and like, I don't know, brainwash us. We're not in part of the matrix. We are not. We know everything's bullshit. So
okay, so if you're in the matrix and you slap yourself really hard, it's been designed so you would react as if you were real. So that's not going to be a test.
Next suggestion.
We love you. Thank you for showing up.
But you're welcome to keep coming back, Anus, and learning every week. We go try something new. Holly, let's cover the moon next week. But anyways, continue on. I'm interrupting. Sorry.
No, you're not interrupting. Okay, so we're gonna move into Venezuela now. So let's all fight in the chat for that because I have very big feelings about what's happening in Venezuela right now.
Okay.
So, chat, what's your opinion on what happened in Venezuela? Was it a good thing? Was it a good thing that happened?
It was a fucking, if it happened, so I'm not in the chat, but I don't care. If it happened, Holly, if it happened, fine. I saw the post today about the tiny hats. They are the ones who planted Moderna. How do you say his name?
Maduro.
Maduro.
I was going to say Maduro.
They're the one who placed Maduro in the presidency. The tiny hats were working with him together. So this could be all just staged, planned. He wasn't kidnapped. It's just like fucking a bunch of hype to make the US look badass and scary and whatever. So if it did happen, hey, Von D, if it did happen and they actually just went and kidnapped the fucking president, then no, that's terrible. That's actually really fucked up. Overstepping every boundary. But I don't believe it.
Well,
I just don't.
So for the people, the plebs of Venezuela who've lived under this rule for the last, 23 years, 26 years?
Thank you, Troy.
Like fire. For the average person that's living on the street, this was an absolute ray of hope. And I know people personally, IRL, that are Venezuelans that fled due to the starvation, hyperinflation, all of the bullshit that's been done to that country. And they're incredibly happy. And they can't wait to go home once Venezuela is restored. Now, in my lifetime, I remember Venezuela being the third richest country in the world due to its oil reserves. Now, was Venezuela destroyed by the tiny hat people due to the fact that they were incredibly rich and they refused to join the World Bank?
Yes, that's what I could see that. Yes, very much happening. They were talking about it in the 90s. There was a video of it. Of course, I didn't clip it because I just got overwhelmed by the bullshit. But there was a video of the tiny hats talking about it. So I do believe that's possible. Also, the predictive programming we noticed the other night, we were watching Shameless season 11. It was like episode 2 or whatever. I don't know. And they literally come out and they're like, the election was stolen by the commies in Venezuela, blah, blah, blah. And I realized like, holy fuck, dude, like immediately predictive programming, like this started years ago. So I do think that's possible.
Well, when Chavez died, because he was the commie dictator, when Chavez died, there was an uprising and Maduro was elected. Then hyperinflation, the privatization or governmentization of the oil industry, everything was starting to collapse. That's when they put in government programs for groceries. That's where you got the grocery lines when people would have numbers written on them to go actually get bread, milk, and eggs. They were standing in lines 1,000 people deep. And then by the time some families would get to the front, there were people that were losing weight and they called it the Maduro diet. And they were joking about how they've moved their belt, all of the notches, and they don't have any notches left. So now they're going to have to eat their belt. There were people breaking into the zoos to consume the zoo animals and people stealing each other's pets. There's no pets left. So, was that all propaganda? I'm not sure, but I know people in real life that fled Venezuela. So, when you say, why don't you ask people who live in Venezuela? I know people that were refugees that were a part of the 4 million people that fled during Maduro's reign. And it was awful. And that's why they fled. Part of it, too, was because some of them spoke up and spoke out about the regime and what was happening. Because the rest of the world thought it was perfectly fine because it was socialism in action. And they wanted to see how it would pan out, that maybe this would be the first time that socialism would be successful.
Of course. Yes, John Singer. That's who it was. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. John Singer. Yeah. So he's also Tiny Hat.
There's a lot of tiny hats people in here.
Yeah, there are. It's a lot.
I tend to not see who did what and why, and that's why Chantal gets really pissed off at me. But I don't really care why. I want to know what the result is going to be, what the end result is, because a system is only worth what it provides. So, and they grabbed guns too. I left that part out, sorry. But yeah, they grabbed guns. They promised this communist utopia. They promised free housing, free food, free everything. And the country collapsed into absolute ruin, as a socialist country tends to do. Then it has to become communist because socialism is such an incredible government, a form of government, that it needs to be enforced at the end of a gun because people are just so excited to take part in it.
Pretty sure he is. Pretty sure he is.
Well,
he did it again.
He might not be a tiny hat, but he's definitely a Zionist.
Yeah, there we go. I agree.
Right.
Like they were struggling. I watched documentary on what they're doing with their cash, like their origami and like in the streets and like artwork with like stacks of cash because it was so useless. So and I do get that. But I don't think the United States of America always has to be the one to liberate these countries, for fuck's sakes.
Well, the problem is the United States was established as the world police after World War II. Because of their military might, they were established as a new empire and called upon to be the world police after the World War. It was just kind of set up that way. Now, whether it was set up that way because they were the next up and coming empire, and I think about it, well, okay, the United States has never called itself an empire, but it feels like what?
Sorry, we just got to update everyone.
Okay, he's a tiny hat.
Tiny hat. Okay.
Tiny hat confirmed, but the United States has never acted like an empire. They have infiltrated other countries with culture, with products, but never boots on the ground actually taking control. Like the last empire did, the British Empire.
Yeah.
Right? Like they actually put boots on the ground. They actually invaded, I guess, colonized, made countries better, in my opinion, with infrastructure and laws, quashing cultural practices that were quite horrific, et cetera, et cetera. But the US has never actually empired. And it seems like under Donald Trump now, they're actually empiring. They're doing the empire stuff. So is this takeover of Venezuela just the US empiring? Now, it is Venezuela, incredible opportunity for the United States when they're acting like an empire to take advantage of the natural reserves that are there. Everyone's talking about all the oil. Well, fuck yeah, they're going to go in and get the oil. Who was in there previously actually stealing the oil from Venezuela?
Who? I know, but I'm just letting you tell it. This is your part.
BRICS.
Yes.
So China, Russia, and Iran.
Well, speaking, I'm doing it again, but China, Russia, apparently, I don't. I feel like this is true only because ChatGPT couldn't confirm or deny, and I pushed it. When they do that, I'm like, it's proof. It's true. So apparently, China and Russia got the benefit of on December 24th. The president of Venezuela moved I think it was, I don't know if it was 1,200 or 12,000 tons of silver.
12,000 tons
out of the country. And that was all money or silver that was supposed to go to, what is it, Wells and Fargo?
Yep.
And that's gone. It's already gone. They got word this was going to happen. Obviously somebody's, they got a little rat on the inside.
Yeah.
And they just like, oh, all right, well, fuck it. Boom. So I love to hear that. I like hearing you're about to fuck someone over. I do like it when I hear that you got fucked over first.
Yeah.
I don't care whose side you're on. I just don't care. I just love that.
Of course. The powers that be were talking to each other before this kidnapping, arrest, whatever side you're on happened. I have to say though, I don't care if the videos aren't real. So US has bases everywhere. The influence using soft power, right? With a threat of hard power. That's the quote, travel softly and carry a big stick. Yeah. And I subscribe to that. It's the same saying, it's better to be a warrior and a gardener than a gardener at war. To have the potential capabilities of causing great harm, but not using that great harm. But the threat of the great harm is what makes people do things. And that goes down to the battle of the sexes. It goes all the way up to geopolitical conflicts.
So,
yeah, China, Russia, India.
Fuck India. Fucking India. You come get your people. Clean up your fucking mess. You don't get to talk about they shouldn't be allowed to be involved in any geopolitical discussions whatsoever at all. They're disgusting.
Yeah, but you remember when they landed that probe and we had videos of it? It was amazing. They cheered. It was awesome. We covered that on our stream.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yes, Gaddafi. Yes, and there's only what are the 4 countries? There's Iran, Cuba. Who's left? There's 2 more after that. Iran, Cuba. I saved it. I don't.
Yeah, you saved it there. So Venezuela was yet another notch on the belt of countries that did not deal with the World Bank.
Also known as the Rothschilds. Let's just be honest. Okay.
Yeah.
But they also. Do you know what they are? Where do they wear, Holly? What do they wear?
They wear tiny hats.
Thank you, Holly. I'm just trying to help just be straight up about this.
Well, the Rothschilds are the OG tiny hats that were a part of the development of Tiny Hat Central.
Yeah.
Through
Gaddafi warned that this was going to happen too. But he didn't. Yeah, they went and liberated Libya. Who are the other countries again?
Oh, I don't know them off the top of my head. I thought you had those. But yeah, no, Gaddafi is an excellent example of a leader that he was a dictator, but he wasn't a evil dictator, a communist dictator. He ruled by diktat. Correct me.
He ruled with his dick.
He ruled with his dick.
My kind of leader.
Now, he was bringing water to the Middle East. He was pulling his values off of the USD and actually doing the gold-backed dinar. He was pulling away from the tiny hat banks. And then all of a sudden, he was a really mean guy that we got to kill. And the propaganda worked. They went in and removed him. People cheered. And now look at Libya today.
Yeah. Oh, they had so much. Actually, Gaddafi, the way he ran his country, reminds me of not what history suggests about Hitler, but it does. Hitler ran his country and was giving to his people very similar perks. Would Canada be better off under American rule?
Probably.
Dude, I feel like we already are.
we kind of are.
Let's be honest.
See, and that's the funniest part. I had that question. It's like everyone's like, yeah, you know what? We've got a guy that lives in Ottawa that's going to be at dinner at 4 at whatever restaurant. We might need some liberating, kind of a thing. Ha ha ha, very funny. The problem is Canada is already sold out by the Crown, and Canada is already heavily active in the World Bank. We're already a part of that club. So there's no need for anyone to come in and liberate Canadians from our communist dictatorship, because it's working exactly as planned when it comes to the world government ideals of what they want us to move into.
Yeah, exactly. When our government is, let's be honest here, we're really fucking in trouble with our government. Our government, guys, we are in so much trouble.
We're fine. We're fine.
We're not fine. Everything's on fire. We're not fine. Holly, we can't just go make a garden and everything is going to be okay.
Although I highly suggest you make a fucking garden.
Fine, but it's not going to be okay. We're in so much trouble, Canada. Holly,
we're in a lot of trouble.
I'm definitely panicking. I'm panicking. Continue on, Holly.
Okay, so we talked about the silver, the 12,000 tons of silver that was shipped out December 23rd. Now, of course, that probably was communications with somebody or something, or it was leaked to China. Who knows? The Chinese consulate or the delegates or whatever that arrived the day before this happened makes me think that maybe China didn't know about this, because their dudes, I think, are still there. They haven't been extradited yet. Like, haven't been rescued yet out of Venezuela. So these poor Chinese dudes that showed up to shake hands and take pictures the day before this happens, they're trapped there now. Now, they were probably low level, higher than me, obviously, and you and everyone in the audience, higher than that, but they were lower level, where they were basically the Star Trek red shirt guys that get sent down to the planet and sacrificed. So that's interesting. And I wonder if those Chinese guys got out. So it makes me think maybe China knew something, maybe China didn't.
Well, people are all thinking that China, because, their warships, somebody said their warships are on their way and whatever. But I saw the post about China. They are planning to take this to court.
Yeah,
so
they're going to take it to
world court, but it's the lawyers. There's no war, no bombers coming involved, and none of that's not happening. I don't know if their people are out. I have no idea. I just know I'm trying to find the post about the stupid banks.
So Israel's involvement. Israel's involvement. So let's bring it back. Let's bring it back home to our friends.
Because don't forget, Netanyahu was celebrated New Year with Trump at the White House.
Sure did. And there's, of course, lots of talk about how the NGOs and how America is heavily funded and lobbied by different corporations that operate outside of Israel. The display of the flag in the White House, the celebration of the holidays, the bending the knee to certain politicians, maybe rhymes with a net and a drink called Yahoo.
Netanyahu, I don't care, I'll say his name. You want to act like Satan, I'm gonna fucking say, I'm not scared.
Well,
I'm not,
that's where it's the United States of Israel, just like was said in the chat, right? I don't think people understand how deep and how wicked this actually goes. And that's why you and I are on stream screaming about what the fuck is real, what isn't real. Because like the beloved music from the 60s was a CIA psyop to quash the actual anti-war movement.
Yeah.
Right? Like the Holodomor was reported that nothing happened, everything was perfectly fine, and people believed it. Even though we have the internet now and we have all these communications and lines of everything, the amount of propaganda that flooded the streams of Americans and Canadians when Venezuela happened was insane and confusing.
Yeah.
Right. Then it had people questioning, did this even actually happen? Is this guy actually on the plane on the way to New York?
Well, there's 4 different outfit changes. Like, let's be honest, I could put you, Holly, into a porno video. Okay. I could put you into an AI fucking, what do they call those? Revenge porn.
Are we going to talk about OnlyFans again?
No, but I'm offering you a service actually. But I could do that, right? So if I could make you look like you're really in a porno and you're a scat porno, for example.
Great.
Gross. Very
My
disrespectful.
Awesome.
I know. I could do that. So if I can do that, you think these guys couldn't fake a picture? That's what we've been lied to so much that it's just everything to me is just like deep fakes. Thank you.
Well, I've got something here that I believe is totally real.
Okay,
this is
God help us.
amazing. This is footage from ground zero.
Okay, good.
I said, ooh, come on, baby, turn the lights off. Ooh, 'cause it's getting late. I said, ooh, I know you're gonna try to hang tough. Ooh, you shouldn't hesitate.
I buy it. That is so that's pretty much
So real.
the most
Such
real
a fire song. Fucking awesome. A song that was released like 10 years ago that's now suddenly popular again.
No, I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, I believe it.
So there's Cuba, Iran, and there's one more, Holly. Which one is it? Why is the list gone? It's just missing.
Greenland?
No, they have a bank there. It's just one more, but I can't find it. Anyways, somebody knows in the chat. Could you just save me because I'm sick of looking at this stuff? No, I don't believe. I don't know what to believe anymore.
Well,
that's
the problem. We don't know what to believe.
The normies in my feed are believing that this is great because they do believe that the Maduro was a narco fucking terrorist. Oh my god!
Well, but that's the thing. He was a narco terrorist. He was, but what was behind that happening?
They had no money. Yeah, like people were struggling.
People were starving. People were struggling.
We all have known drug dealers who do it just based on. I hate my camera. Based on need, or survival. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't give a fuck. I don't like.
Other than the people starving and eating cats and dogs. No, I just wanted to. Go ahead.
I just think okay, so what are our leaders doing? Why don't we talk about that, Holly?
Well, okay, so let's talk about our leaders. I would like to take you back to a time where we were all young and innocent and everything was green. Pastures were golden with dandelions. Life was good. The air was clean. To 2020.
He brags about all these things he wants to do or is doing, but his actions belie his words. Maybe the best metaphor was his claim to bring democracy to Venezuela. There was a big policy there. It flopped. If the policy was working, Juan Guaido wouldn't be in the balcony here. He'd be in Venezuela. He'd be sitting in the president's palace, or at least waging a fight to win. He's here. And the president brags about his Venezuela policy? Give us a break. He hasn't brought an end to the Maduro regime. The Maduro regime is more powerful today and more entrenched today than it was when the president began.
So let's talk about President Trump, about how he cannot solve the Venezuela problem. How dare he not solve the Venezuela problem? So it's all.
Well, he had no money. Trump had no money. He had no money for his 2015 election. we know who bailed him out of that, because it wasn't private donations like it was the first time. The second time he ran for presidency, I think it was like 40% of his donations were given to him by
excuse me,
Jews.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So he sold out. He sold out. He did.
He sold out.
He fucking sold out. Okay.
Well, just like Jeremy Farkas in Calgary, dial it back down to the municipal. Jeremy Farkas fucking sold out.
All right, here we go. I found it. I found the list, Holly.
Okay. Thank
In
you.
the year 2000, there were 9 countries without Rothschild-owned controlled central banks. Afghanistan, no longer on the list. They've got one. Iraq, no longer on the list. They got one. Still on the list, Sudan. Libya, no longer on the list.
Check.
Cuba, still on the list.
Ooh.
North Korea, good luck. I just don't know how that's going to fucking work out. But anyways, North Korea, still on the list. Iran, no longer on the list.
Check.
Syria, no longer on their list.
Check.
Venezuela, I guess we could say technically it's going to be no longer on the list.
It's the line crossing it out is kind of halfway through the N.
Yeah. So we've got that. I don't know. I mean, like, anyways, continue on.
So I have another conspiracy theory about why Trump himself decided that Venezuela was a target, other than rescuing the people of Venezuela and ending a communist dictatorship. We all know Dominion voting machines. We all remember that from 2020.
Oh, yeah.
So Dominion, the company, of course, is a Canadian company that was started in Toronto, also has headquarters in Colorado. It's funny, I've got Somali refugees on here too.
On your computer?
Yep. It made me laugh and I had to share it with everybody. Oh, speaking of that, I've got this funny video while I look this up.
Don't forget the one that looks like a Somali pirate.
Which one?
That one.
Right there?
Yes.
I'm the captain now. Where's the
And that's an old video, and it's still hilarious and still relevant. Oh, yeah. Yep.
So gross.
Everyone knows about the pizza index. There's actually tracking websites that talk about it. So Dominion had acquisitions of different election systems and software. One of the systems that was acquired was Sequoia Voting Systems. Now, Sequoia Voting Systems was a California-based company that was one of the largest producers of electronic voting systems in the US, and they had offices in Oakland, Denver, and New York City. So Sequoia bought out, or they were bought out by a company called Smartmatic. Smartmatic is a voting system that was founded by 3 Venezuelan software engineers in November 2007. So Smartmatic is a subsidiary of Dominion and maintained all of their records and all of their data and everything like that in Venezuela for the 2020 election.
Great.
So who knows?
I just don't believe any of these people. I think I just think everything's how does it affect us though, Holly? That's what I want to know. How is this going to affect us?
Well, the way Dominion affects us is it's a Canadian company. It's a company that has acquired all of these different digital voting systems that makes all of our elections fake and gay. Except for the last election that happened in Alberta, where it was all paper. There was hand counting on paper ballots. And so from going forward, from this point forward as a citizen, scream and cry and vote and hit up your MLAs and everything like that to keep voting on paper ballots. Get those machines out of your fucking your district, your area, your town, however.
Well,
you
I
can.
wouldn't trust them at all. Like, and I've done so many elections, and we count and whatever, and we do it by hand. Like, I've done them. I'm sure there's ways you can fucking hustle that too, but
you can.
It's gonna be a lot easier.
So my local town recently had an election for town council.
Mm-hmm.
There was voter fraud that was caught allegedly. I'm not going to tell you how it happened or what happened, but there was voter fraud caught that would have swung the election in a way that the town didn't need. And it was caught red-handed, and it was with paper ballots. So there is no voting system that is truly foolproof. The only thing is paper ballots, it's easier to track and trace than a computerized voting system. When Chavez won his final election, that was actually adjusted within the programming. And I've got the video here if anyone forgets.
Antonio Mujica and his partner Alfredo Anzola received a small business loan from the Venezuelan government only months before the recall election. These corporate registration documents from Venezuela show the Venezuelan government owned 28% of the stock of another company they started, Vista, which adapted voting software for the Smartmatic machines in the 2004 elections. The same document shows a Chavez government minister, Omar Montillo, was on the board of directors. The Chavez government gave Vista, Smartmatic, and another company a $91 million contract to run voting machines for the 2004 election. The next year, the owners of Smartmatic, primarily owned by Venezuelan businessmen, bought Sequoia, one of the top electronic voting system companies in the United States, for $16 million. Smartmatic is a labyrinth of international holding companies owned by Venezuelan businessmen. Smartmatic Group NV of Curaçao, Netherlands, Antilles owns Smartmatic International BV of Amsterdam, Netherlands, owns Smartmatic Corporation of Florida, which bought Sequoia Voting Systems of California, USA. When Smartmatic bought the U.S. voting machine companies, the U.S. government did not review the sale. Many experts say those voting machines were manipulated in Venezuela to give President Hugo Chavez a victory. Exit polls done by the U.S. firm Penn, Schoen and Berland had Chavez losing 41% to 59%. But the next day, Chavez declared victory, reversing the score, saying he won 59% of the vote.
Everything was computed in the favor of the government. So the only explanation is that the Smartmatic machines had been programmed in that way.
A Harvard mathematician crunched the numbers on the Venezuelan election.
It had to be the Smartmatic system. All these machines talk to a central computer and report on their results. And in that mechanism, as they communicate with the central machine can report anything.
Smartmatic is technically based in Boca Raton, Florida, but the president of the company, Jack Blaine, testified to the Chicago City Council. Fewer than a dozen Smartmatic employees work in Florida. The majority of the workers are based in Venezuela.
I present this to the chat as evidence. Yeah.
There's fraud at all the elections.
Yes,
You know, I just say fucking let's freak out. Okay, Holly. So, all right. Holly, we've got to move. We skipped something important.
What do we skip?
We skipped fucking Canada. It was number 8.
It was number 8 on the list. I'm sorry.
In the red.
It was your job to be bossy. Okay. So we're going to bring it back. We'll bring it back. So Dominion's based in Venezuela. What the fuck? Dominion based in Canada. What the fuck? Let's go back to Canada.
All right. Well, that's fucked. Yep. So that might be fucked. But let's talk about Canada because we're in no better position. We've got Chrystia Freeland, our finance minister, who has just taken a job as the financial advisor, I guess, for the Ukraine.
Sure has.
Well, that's good. And, you know, she's got full support from Carney, of course.
Of course.
And a lot of people are asking about ethics. First of all, guys, it's Canada. We have no ethics in our government. But also, she only has to step down from like a secretarial seat. Like she's not a cabinet minister right now, so she's doing nothing illegal technically. What I don't understand is why. Well, CSIS, what the fuck are you doing? Why is this even allowed to happen? Because I consider it treason. I just do. And then I had a discussion with, but well, really quick, I will show you the video of Chrystia Freeland's of the announcement or whatever.
Oh, Twitchy, I missed her.
Former federal minister Chrystia Freeland has been named an economic advisor to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Zelensky himself announced the appointment on social media, saying Ukraine must strengthen its internal resilience with the war as the war with Russia continues. Freeland, who has Ukrainian ancestry, was deputy prime minister for Justin Trudeau and was recently appointed Canada's special representative for Ukraine's reconstruction. She stepped down from Prime Minister Mark Carney's cabinet in September, but remains an MP.
Holy fucking shit. Unbelievable.
Because that's super okay.
That's totally okay. Totes okay.
Yeah. So I decided just to quickly get into it with ChatGPT, okay? Because I'd like, you know what? I haven't really followed the Ukraine war because, again, once I started hearing that the videos were bullshit and that we were being lied to about that, and then we all know that President Zelensky is that little dancing gay man. I had to ask some questions. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I asked about the financial aid, okay? How much? It tried to beat around the bush. It said it was a hard number to figure out, okay? So
of course, chat.
But don't worry. Then I pushed it further. I'll let you listen to his actual answers. This is it. Okay, you can push play. Oops, sorry.
Canada has committed nearly $22 billion in total support. This includes around $6.5 billion in military aid, like armored vehicles, tanks, air defense system, drones, and ammunition. In addition, Canada has provided over $12 billion in economic and financial assistance, including loans that support through international institutions. On the humanitarian front, Canada has allocated about $397 million for emergency health services, shelter, and other critical needs. Overall, Canada's comprehensive aid totals nearly $22 billion for Ukraine's defense and recovery.
Okay, so we've got that, all right? So then I had to ask another question. I said, now can you tell me about the ski resort that's being built? Because, guys, think about that.
Ski resort.
Okay, just hold on. Your country is being bombed by Russia, right?
Totally.
I feel like development maybe not be the smartest thing to do at this moment, right?
Okay, they're in the middle of a war. They need some sort of refuge to go skiing. Feel better.
So I asked them about the resort. I want you to hear listen to this shit.
The Goro Mountain Resort is an ambitious ski destination currently being developed in Ukraine's Carpathian Mountains near Volosiavka and Verkhnya Rohanka in the Lviv region. The resort will cover about 1,200 hectares with 360 hectares of skiable terrain, 41 slopes totaling 75 kilometers, and 13 lifts, including 2 gondolas. The first phase is expected to be completed by 2028-2029. With full completion over the next 15 years. The main investor is Okegio Group, alongside major institutional investors like Goldman Sachs and BlackRock. The construction is already underway, with the Welcome Center and initial ski lifts being built.
Okay, so then I said, why would they even start construction if they're in active war? This is a bullshit answer. I got really mad about it.
That's a great question. In some cases, large infrastructure projects like this can be seen as a way to promote long-term economic development and boost tourism, even amid conflict. Sometimes these projects are funded by international investors and can serve as a symbol of resilience and hope. Additionally, the construction might be phased, with certain areas being prioritized when the situation allows. It can also be a way to support local economies and provide jobs, even during challenging times. So it's definitely a complex and nuanced situation.
So then I asked him, If these investors could invest in the ski thing, why are the nations like Canada and the United States having to send billions of dollars to help this country? This was his response.
That's a really insightful point. The investments in infrastructure like a ski resort are often driven by private interests looking for long-term returns and economic opportunities. On the other hand, the financial aid from nations like Canada and the US is usually about immediate humanitarian needs, military support, and economic stability during the conflict. Essentially, private investments and government aid often serve different purposes. Private investors are looking for profitable ventures, while governments focus on stability and support.
Okay, bullshit. Anyways, then I asked, how much money does the Canadian government need to invest to get our military up to good standards where it's functioning and has all of the tools it needs to be successful? Guys, considering we've just given $22 billion, I want you to just hold on to your seats, bitches.
Hold on to your hats.
Bring the Canadian Armed Forces up to a high standard. Canada is aiming to meet NATO's defense spending target of 2% of GDP by 2032. This involves significant investments such as a $19 billion deal for 88 F-35 fighter jets and a $38.6 billion investment over 20 years to modernize NORAD. In total, achieving that 2% target will likely require an additional $15 to $20 billion over the next 8 years, along with long-term modernization efforts across various defense projects.
Guys, if that doesn't enrage you, we only need 15 to 20, what was it? $20 billion.
Yep.
We need that to get our own motherfucking military to an acceptable standard. But we've just given that amount to the Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got our cunt. How is this even? I don't even understand how this is allowed. We've got that cunt, Chrystia Freeland, our former Minister of Finance, who is now left to go and help and advise in the finances of the Ukraine. What the fuck is going on? Okay, so then I said, well, we had a fight because I kept saying this is bullshit. And I said, why would Ukraine want Chrystia Freeland to be working on their finances after she destroyed the candidates? Anyways, and whatever, he argued with me again. Hold on. Oh, and they anticipate the war as early as 2026, which is early as, but possibly 2028, which is perfect timing to open that fucking resort that is supposed to be ready in 2029.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're just, how many lies are we being like shoved and fed? And I'm sorry, but when our money is being taken, if they could fix our army, when all these wars are happening, we got fucking Trump going in and kidnapping presidents and whatever, and we're just going to be okay. And Holly, I know your answer today was okay, but it made me more mad. But I did ask this. I said, did Mark Carney and the investors, did Mark Carney's companies invest in this resort? He said, there's no evidence that there is. I said, okay, fine.
Which means yes, there is.
I said, fine. Did Mark Carney and BlackRock, do they crisscross paths? And this is what he said.
Mark Carney and BlackRock have intersected in several ways. For instance, Carney appointed Mark Wiseman, a former BlackRock executive, as Canada's ambassador to the U.S. They've also collaborated on initiatives like the Task Force on Scaling Voluntary Carbon Markets. Additionally, both Carney and Wiseman have been involved with the Canada Pension Plan Investment Board, highlighting professional intersections, though not direct business partnerships.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. So I asked him why CSIS doesn't give a fuck about this, because this does seem like treason. It just does. I'm like I'm no expert, okay, right? But CSIS is worried about people like me. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't have access to billions of dollars pulling shit like this. And this is what his answer was.
That's a thoughtful question, and it touches on a lot of complex issues around governance and accountability. Generally, agencies like CSIS focus on national security and intelligence rather than political ethics, so their mandate is a bit different. That's it. Public accountability and transparency are crucial, and it's definitely important for citizens to keep pushing for that. If you want to explore more about how these dynamics work, I'm happy to chat.
Yeah. Okay. So that's fine. So we had me and ChatGPT had this discussion. Then I decided to double check on this Christian Freeland, right? Because like, what? Like, this is just so gross. So
It's wild.
I said, why? George Soros, he educated Christian Freeland. How was he her mentor? That's what he says.
Yeah, so George Soros and Christy Freeland have had a connection through the Open Society Foundations. Freeland actually worked with Soros's foundation in the past, and she's known to have had some involvement with his philanthropic initiatives.
Makes it sound so sweet.
Paths, in the world of international journalism and activism. It's more of a professional and mentoring relationship rather than anything super personal.
Okay, so that's fine. So then we go back and I'm like, okay, wait. So okay, fine, whatever. I got off topic probably with him there, but so we've got that. So we know. I just don't understand. I can't just make a garden and ignore it, Holly. I understand your we need to get the information out. Like not just like we have a fucking tiny stream. I don't think people understand. The money that we gave to the Ukraine, yeah, it's a lot. And yeah, we have a lot of areas, but okay, well, we've got all these fucking dictators getting taken out. We've got all this war happening. I would like to know why the Canadian government hasn't provided what we need just for our own military, but we've provided the exact same amount to the Ukraine. It doesn't make sense. It should be illegal. Like, okay, so you're a single mom at home. You choose to go out to the bar with your fucking baby bonus or whatever. You go out to the bar, you get drunk all the time. What happens to you when your kids have no food and your electricity gets shut off? What happens? They come and take your kids away because you're a neglectful fucking parent. Right? Like there's consequences. There are zero consequences. And I can't, Holly, I can't just have a garden and hope that my neighbors and I can rely on each other when shit goes down, because it's going down no matter what. We are literally the next Venezuela. Okay. Like we are, but I don't want to eat the pets first. I don't want to get to that point. I want to get to the point and like fucking my garden is not going to work for me, Holly. I need other things. What the hell is it going to take to inspire Canadians to wake up and listen to this information? Because it's stressing me out. And it should stress everyone out. Holly, that is unacceptable answer. Chat, what do you think?
Yeah, so my opinion, well, just looking up like the World Bank and stuff like that. Do you know who the co-chair of the fucking World Bank is?
No, who? Tiny Hat?
Well, I mean, he's got a tiny head. But one Mark Carney.
Still?
Yeah.
He's co-chair of the World Bank.
Yep.
These motherfuckers, you guys.
It's still.
I don't understand what this should be. Is anybody in the chat furious? Like, I get furious.
It's okay. So that's the thing. Like, and you and I have had great in-depth discussions about this where you've yelled at me and called me an idiot. Which
no,
is
it's
fine.
not that I think you're an idiot. I can't let it go. And I'm not, I tried to for about 3 months there. Yeah. I got distracted by Dick and it's no longer distracting me. So I'm back and I'm mad and I want to fucking fix this. I don't want my grandkids growing through this. I don't want anyone to.
So what we are doing right now, talking to the internet, is it's cathartic because we are putting the information out there in a neat and well-organized package so people can review this and see there's a whole bunch of bullshit that's going on. That's all we can do as citizens, right? What I keep telling you is based on all of the research that I've done and all of the reading and everything that's happened in previous societal collapses in history and how to survive, because you and I as little plebs, we are not going to stop the turn of the tide.
I just think we could inspire more people I think we could inspire more people to turn the tide. That's what I do really think so.
Yeah.
If we could get them to listen. But they only give a fuck about hockey and their stupid goddamn consumer products. I don't give a shit car you're driving. I don't care. Okay. I don't give a shit. Okay, like stop with the vanity. Wake up.
100%.
Your country is literally burning. What? Yeah,
Carney was appointed to liquidate Canada. That's why he's here. He's collapsing and liquidating who we are and what we have. Yeah, I like to
But
garden.
what about the kids, guys? Oh, I can't.
So if you look back into history during like Mao's Cultural Revolution,
Mhm.
who survived that and didn't have to deal with the bullshit? The people, the individual people that stood up, they died. Their families were wiped out. The people that fled for the hills and were self-sufficient and were able to weather the storm are the ones that came back down and were okay after this all fucking happened. Damaged, bruised, scarred for life, but their children still tell stories about the resistance.
It doesn't sound like resistance. It sounds like bending over.
Well, but that's the thing. Is how you have to define resistance. Like you look at the fucking convoy. The convoy was the last dying gasp of Canada, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh, it's such a fucking waste. There were so many bullshit or con artists involved in that.
It breaks my fucking heart because that actually was a grassroots rising up of the Canadian people, the single largest peaceful protest in human history, other than the revolt of the plebs when they just put their tools down and walked up to the hills in Rome. So that's how I see that moment in Canadian history. It was a bunch of plebs that went to Ottawa and fucking partied for weeks on end until the government
party.
Well, okay. You were involved with some infiltrators at the time. You didn't know.
No, of course not.
No.
Are you kidding me?
But it quickly and easily got infiltrated by personalities that were able to guide. And now they're reporters with Rebel News.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of angles and shit that's happening to try and dissuade people to put their head back in the sand, put their elbows up, and
honestly, it reminds me, like, when I think about Canadians, like, honest to God, and I'm not trying to be rude, but I'd like talking to, like, I'd say 90% of them, just 90% in my day, every day. This chant, I shit you not, goes through my head. Where are we?
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
People
come on.
still
You
watch
did not get rid of it. Where is it?
I didn't delete anything.
No, I might have. Oh, no, I didn't. Did I? Oh, no. One moment. I'm getting it because it's too good. I can't believe I delete. No, I didn't. It's an audio file. It's this one. 1 second, kids. I literally, this is, it goes through my head every time I'm talking to 90% of the people. And I don't know what else to say about it.
Utard, retard nation. Metard, utard, retard nation. Metard, utard, retard nation. Metard, utard, retard nation.
I swear, I'm having a conversation. If you ever see me having a conversation,
retard nation.
You ever see me having a conversation out in public and my eyes just sort of tune out? I promise you, that chant is going through my head because I'm like, I don't give a fuck. What are you talking about? Do you realize, like, literally right now, as your life is being stolen from you and your kids' future is being stolen from you right now, and they're looking you in the eye while they fuck your wife. Like, I don't get it.
I don't get it either. It's like the people that are still insisting that we wear masks 24/7 and are still getting fucking vaccinated.
I just wish those people would just fucking.
It's the same people. If 2020 didn't wake you the fuck up, they're not waking up.
No, that's not true. Okay, hold on. Wait, I did want to say this. That's not true. There was a little shed of hope.
Oh.
So I met somebody, well, the guy I'm seeing, whatever. I'm seeing. He was a pretty fucking normie, okay?
Right.
But he was, oh God, the spirits have come back to haunt me with my stupid camera. Anyways, he was super normie. He was super normie. Focused on work and just getting by and like, building a life for his family. Anyways, he at first was very resistant to some of my suggestions about things. But we were locked in the truck together driving down the highway, and then I would just snap like, well, this is not true. And I was like, whatever. And then his mind started to open, and it got to the point where I think it's overwhelmed him, quite frankly.
It's
'cause
overwhelming.
it is a lot, right? It is a lot. And I've I've toned her down because I realized he's not ready for it all yet. So that's fine. But so there are people who are still waking up, but it takes the time. Like if I hadn't started seeing him at that time, I'm going to be honest, we would have had a conversation and I would have known, and I would have probably had just like, my chant in my head and carried on. I don't know how to fix this. I would have had the chant in my head and I would have carried on with my day and not bothered to put some information and ideas in his head. And it's funny because he said to me the other day that he had spoken with his friend, and his friend was buying the MSN agenda.
Right.
So and he was like kind of shocked by it. It was almost like he was like, oh. So you can, it just takes so much energy to explain this shit to people.
It takes energy and it takes time, and all you
And
can
it
do
takes
is
patience, which I really don't have patience. Because I get mad. I get really mad. I'm like, what do you mean?
You get mad at me, and I'm like fully on
You're
page
based.
with you.
I do.
Like I'm fully on the same page.
I want I am solution focused.
Holly, let's go bomb and blow up shit. I'm like, no, we're not blowing up anything.
Jesus, we never do that. We never
in
even
Minecraft, allegedly.
Like sometimes they'll say something like "blow up that pussy" or whatever.
Yeah,
but that's
yeah.
We're
Blow
talking about
that
vagina.
that cock.
Blow your load. That's what Holly meant to say.
I absolutely did. Let's blow some loads. It's almost like you have to form a cognitive dissonance of your own to once you meet somebody who is fully indoctrinated, know that it's not your job to wake that person up. You can plant the seeds and then maybe check back like 6 months later to see.
Yeah.
But I think all you can do is approach things with, a loving heart and be like, hey, friend. And that's all you can fucking do. You cannot beat people over the head for them to break the
No, it puts them off. It does.
It's like when Jesus
them
freaks show up and they start beating you over the head with the salvation of Lord, the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And the first thing a person does is shut the fuck down.
Yeah.
But
No,
if you,
I get it. I get it.
live and you walk in the teachings of Christ and you be a good Christian and your life is blessed because of your belief and the following of the doctrines, people will see that and they'll want it for themselves, and then they'll ask you why. Like, well, why is your life so good? Well, and then you can introduce them to it. Until that point, you can't say anything because it shuts people down.
I know. Well, and I mean, I have to give the burger. I will give him a lot of credit because honestly, he was really. I was a bit intense, Holly, and he handled it well.
Intense?
No, not at all.
My friend.
He handled it well. He was open-minded. He did cross-check a lot of information, which I love. That's great.
Yeah.
Cross-check it, whatever. He doesn't necessarily love it because when we were watching Shameless and they brought up the Venezuela communists, and he looked at me. He's like, no. He's like, you're ruining everything for me. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So we can do it. It's just, it's exhausting for one person. So if you guys, I know everybody's tired of doing it. Smile and wave. I know, but maybe we should just all keep trying just a little bit longer.
You just have to keep trying. Just save as many as you can as the ship goes down. But
be ready to prove your source because they always want a fucking source. So have your sources ready.
Yeah, and make sure that this is the best thing that I found is make sure the sources are mainstream
reliable
media of what they already watch. So if you're Canadian, you can find a local CTV article or a global article, or, you know, like just keep it mainstream. It's easy to find the stories that will back up your claims because they do report on it, but it's heavily buried. But if you can find something that is mainstream media, it's normie media, and they've reported on it,
they'd be
and
more
you
open to
show
it.
them, they're more open to it. Like if you go at them with even the National.
Yeah.
Right. In Canada, the National is like alt-right, literally Hitler. And if you can share something with them that is in line with their cognitive dissonance, and they read it, it tends to put little cracks of light into them being open for more.
Right. I gotta, yeah, don't be too intense, because I get like, well, you guys can see on here, I get too intense because I do take it so personally, and I do feel like I'm watching somebody who's really quite literally okay with my kids, my grandkids' futures being thrown away, and then take it very personally. I mean, I can't help it, but I'm just like, ugh. And so with that, I would also like to say to my future grandkids, should you be born, this whole stream was for you. I'm sorry about all the sex talk. It's very gross, but you know what?
But
everybody does
Grandma's got to get some.
Yeah, exactly. Like, world's ending. And at least you know that I did try to fucking think of something, and I'll keep trying.
Well, just and
because
you're
when
welcome.
I lose passion, we're fucked.
So you're welcome, future Rocky grandkids. Your garden looks beautiful. Your chickens are amazing. I can't believe you raised that pig to 350 pounds and you got all that bacon.
That's his wife.
Good
That's
for you.
rude.
And yeah, you know what? And part of this too is knowing the time that you need to walk away and preserve your own health,
energy, and space. Yeah.
Preserve your energy, preserve your own, and for lack of a better term, your own mental health, because beating your head against a brick wall is not good for you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not good for you. 5th generation warfare is hard.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a propaganda war right now, and it's exhausting, and it's almost as destructive to your soul as it would be as marching across fields with automatic weapons and tanks.
Exactly. But I do have a video that I want to watch. Is that all right with you, Holly?
Are we going to take it light? Are we going to lighten?
Yeah, we're gonna we gotta because my blood pressure is through the roof right now.
We gotta relax. I can see my veins popping out on my head. So
no, I just want to go smack a retard. Not like an actual No,
we enjoy. We like the people. The Downies are our favorite people in the world.
Not my favorite people, but I mean,
oh my god, they're amazing. What the fuck are you talking about?
Not my favorite. No, I mean, they're great. They're goodish. Okay. So they've got 2 videos that'll wind us down. These guys have a TikTok channel. These old guys, fucking weird as shit, but hilarious. Cool. And then the next one is what it's like going grocery shopping. 1 second.
Every appliance in my house is just a spy robot. The fridge and the freezer too, they're also spy robots. Careful of that toaster, cause it ain't making bread. It's a 13-foot android robot and it wants your head. That fridge and that freezer, they're playing with your mind. They'll empty out your bank account and leave your ass behind.
Different catchy tunes. They're always wearing tinfoil hats, and
love them.
They're very, very interesting. But this, I saw this one. I got 2 more. There's 2. 1 16 seconds. It's really fucking out of place, but I had to share it because I couldn't help but say what the fuck. And then the last one is just the grocery shopping payment.
Pick that damn cotton candy, you dirty snigger. Oh, pick it now, damn it. I need that cotton candy now. Disobey me one more time and no more watermelon.
That was on TikTok. I thought it was actually clever.
That was on TikTok?
Yeah, I downloaded it off TikTok.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Now, we've all been there at the grocery store. And they fucking, every time you go, they always want you to donate to their corporate tax breaks and whatever. But this video is obviously dramatized and hilarious.
Card reader.
Okay.
you like to donate $1 to save a dog? No. Yes. Double negative. Wouldn't. No. Yes. Yes. No. No. Oh God. I think that your machine is. Got it. I got it. I was just trying to pay for. Yes. True.
It is fun. It just every time I seen that one, I laugh. I'm like,
It
oh
makes
my
you laugh
God,
too,
these
yeah.
guys are great. Oh, Holly, sorry I got so intense. God damn.
No, that makes for the best streams is when you're intense.
I can't help it.
People want to see us argue.
I'm not arguing with you. I love your look. Your idea is nice, but to me, I'm like, holy fuck, guys. Like, I just, it's like, okay, if you and I were walking down the street and we saw some old lady getting robbed and beaten, right? And you're like, Chantel, the best soil or something.
Okay.
And then I'm like, no, Holly, we have to stop it.
Fuck
This
you.
is where I feel like, okay.
That is not what would happen in that situation.
No, I know that, but
I
that's
know.
what I just like. That's the urgency. I feel like an intense amount of urgency to fix things, and I understand your idea is reasonable and realistic and totally attainable, but it's just like
you want to do more.
I just really would like to save Canada. I would.
Oh, somebody's building an S stack in our Rumble chat. Rumble's where it's at if you want to be watching and be able to say whatever you want, because our Rumble chat is wild.
Yeah, Measure Schmidt and Femikaze have not been here.
Mm. I think
So
aren't they
hopefully
still
they're
on
doing
vacation?
okay.
They're on vacation.
I don't know. Hopefully they're okay. I miss them. I love you guys. Holly, do you think we should shut her down? Or unless
I think we should shut her down. End it on a light note. And again.
Oh, I'm closing with this song. I wrote it down. Sorry. Continue.
You wrote a song?
Yeah. I'm gonna serenade everybody. Fuck no.
Is it about being a cop?
Oh, that was fucking amazing. That was amazing.
Best song ever. I'm surprised it's not like top 10 on the radio right now.
Yeah, no, I know it's crazy. No, we're gonna close with Ren's Money Game Part 2 because it's so good. Anybody who's watching, I really advise that you guys just check this song. It's so good, and we're gonna get caught for it or something. So do us a solid, listen to the song, and I hope everyone has a wicked day or night,
evening,
and week, and we will see you next Tuesday. We're going to talk about the moon landing for the anus.
Yeah, Anus, we're sad that you aren't in the chat anymore. We want to talk to you some more.
Yeah,
so
they were trying to piss me off though, so I'm kind of okay with that.
Anus, we love you.
Holly loves you, Anus.
I love Anus.
All right, Money Game Part 2 by Ren. There's 3 parts to this song, but whatever. This is my favorite part.
Strange time we're living in, panic and hysteria. Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset spread like malaria. Sit back and watch the show. America red, split through fickle shit. A government of hypocrites. These counterfeit politicians sit in parliament, not adequate. Come on, needlessly bleeding resources all dry. Turn a blind eye if it means a pay rise. Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die if number 10 Downing Street burned in a fire. Only joking, only messing, don't be stressing. I'm a peaceful adolescent, there's no need to be unpleasant. Write my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 rain. The storm it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we got the point of blame. It's easier to blame. We point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game. This old money game. This old money is a game and the ladder we climb turns a saint into a sinner with his finger in crime. I'll break it down for you motherfuckers line by line. This is business economics in a nursery rhyme. She sells seashells on a seashore, but the value of these shells will fall due to the laws of supply and demand. No one wants to buy shells because there's loads on the sand. Step one, must create a sense of scarcity. Shells will sell much better if the people think they're rare, you see. Bear with me, take as many shells as you can find and hide. Stockpile them high until they're rarer than the diamond. Step two, gotta make the people think that they want them, really fucking want them. Hit them like Bronson. Influencers, product placement, featured primetime entertainment. If you haven't got a shell, then you're just a fucking waste, man. Free, it's monopoly. Invest inside some property. Start a corporation, make a logo, do it properly. Shells must sell, that will be your new philosophy. Swallow all your morals, they're a poor man's quality. 4, expand. Clear forest, make land, fresh blood on hands. 5, why just shells? Why limit your...
Maybe the next step in your healing journey is to go around calling people fucking cunts. That is all for today's therapy session. I'll see you next Tuesday.